Imagine waking up one morning to find an entire family gone. Smiling wife, two little girls, baby boy on the way, vanished without a trace. The husband, Chris Watt, appears on local news pleading for a safe return. He looks straight into the camera and lies to the world. Within days, his mask would shatter, and the truth revealed would horrify millions of people. This is the story of Chris Watts, the family man who murdered his family, and how his shocking crimes shook the internet, leaving behind haunting questions that would never truly be answered. Chris and Shanann Watts lived in Frederick, Colorado, a quiet suburban town. On the outside, their life seemed picture perfect. Shanann, energetic and ambitious, was a devoted mother and a thriving social media presence. Her Facebook was filled with videos of her playing with her two little girls, Bella and Celeste. She often called Chris the best dad ever. Chris, reserved and soft-spoken, worked in the oil industry. To everyone around them, they seemed like a loving couple, building a dream life together. But what the world saw online wasn't the full story. Behind closed doors, Shanann confided in friends about marital struggles. Chris was growing distant, quiet, and cold. While Shanann tried to save the marriage, Chris was already slipping into a dark double life. August 13, 2018. Shanann returned home around 2 a.m. after a business trip. A friend who dropped her off noticed nothing unusual. But by the next morning, Shanann missed an important doctor's appointment. One she never would have skipped. Calls went unanswered. Texts were ignored. Concerned, Shanann's friend, Nicole, went to the White's house. Shanann's car was still in the garage. Her shoes were by the door. A purse, a phone, everything was inside. But Shanann, Bella, and Celeste were gone. Nicole called the police. Officers arrived, and Chris, strangely calm, opened the door. He claimed Shanann had gone to a friend's house with the kids. But something fell off. Neighbors noticed Chris was behaving hardy. Security camera footage from across the street caught him backing his truck into the garage that morning, something he never usually did. He claimed he was just loading tools for work, but investigators were not really convinced. That same day, Chris appeared on local news, standing in front of his empty house. He begged for Shanann and the kids to come back. Shanann, Bella, Celeste, if you are out there, just come back. Please, somebody, if you have them, please bring them back to me. But viewers noticed something chilling. Chris' flat affect, his crossed arm, his lack of tears. It didn't feel like a desperate father pleading for his family. It felt like a man hiding something. Behind the scenes, detectives pressed harder. They discovered Shanann was pregnant with a baby boy they planned to name Nico. Chris hadn't even told coworkers yet. As investigators dug deeper, they uncovered Chris's secrets. He was having an affair with a woman named Nicole Kessinger. He had promised her a fresh start, a new life without Shanann. The image of a grieving husband was falling apart. 2 days later, Chris was brought for questioning. Detectives asked him to take a polygraph test. The operator said, "You know you're going to fail. You did it, right?" And he did fail miserably. Cornered, Chris finally broke. But the story he told was twisted. He claimed that Shanann had killed their 2 daughters, and in a fit of rage, he strangled her. But investigators were not buying it. His calm demeanor and rehearsed words, his lies stacked upon lies. Finally, after hours of questioning, Chris has admitted the unthinkable. He had murdered Shanann, Bella, and Celeste himself. The truth was even darker than anyone imagined. On the morning of August 13th, shortly after Shanann came home, Chris confronted her about wanting a divorce. A heated argument turned deadly. He strangled Shanann in the bedroom while Bella and Celeste were still in the house. He then wrapped her body in a sheet and loaded it into his truck. Little girls, confused and scared, were placed in the back seat with their mother's body beside them. Chris drove them to an oil field that his company owned. There, he smothered Bella and Celeste, one by one. And then, in an act too horrific to comprehend, he placed their small bodies into oil tanks. He buried Shanann in a shallow grave nearby. News of Chris's confession shocked the nation. How could a father murder his entire family? And why? In November of 2018, Chris Watts pleaded guilty to multiple counts of first-degree murder. He avoided the death penalty, but was sentenced to 5 life sentences without the possibility of parole. To this day, Chris sits in prison. His every move watched. His case endlessly dissected by true crime followers online. The Chris Watt case went viral for a reason. The police body cam footage, the neighbor's surveillance tape, Chris' awkward TV interview, every chilling detail was caught on video, making the world feel like they were witnessing the unveiling of a killer in real time. The contrast between the family's happy social media post and the horrific reality still disturbs us years later. Chris Watt wasn't a monster hiding in the shadows. He was a father tucking his kids into bed one night and their killer the next morning. And maybe that's why this case grips us, because it reminds us that sometimes evil doesn't look like a stranger in the dark. Sometimes it looks like the person sleeping next to you. This is the story of Chris Watt, the man who destroyed his family for freedom he never even gained. Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and baby Nico, their names live on long after Chris faded behind prison walls. If you found this story disturbing, you are not alone. Cases like this remind us how fragile trust can be and how appearances can deceive. Thank you for watching.